Today's video starts with a bold statement from one of the world's most successful long-term investors, Ron Barron, who has held Tesla for more than a decade, now says Tesla will grow fivefold in the next 10 years, and SpaceX will grow tenfold. At first glance, it sounds overly optimistic, but when you look at how he invests and how the Musk ecosystem is evolving, the picture becomes very different. Personally, I think today's short-term volatility around Tesla is not a warning sign, it is an opportunity. So today, I want to break down why these next 10 years could redefine Tesla, SpaceX, and the entire future of AI and robotics. Ron Barron has been investing in Tesla for more than 10 years, and around 40% of his entire net worth is now tied to Tesla. Another 25% is in SpaceX. In other words, he is not someone who simply makes predictions. He puts his money exactly where his conviction is. And this week, in a new interview, he stated clearly, Tesla will grow 5 times, SpaceX will grow 10 times. Most investors who talk like this don't back it up with action, but Barron has never sold a single share of Tesla, not once, and he has said he does not plan to sell for the rest of his life. That alone tells us that his confidence is not emotional, it is structural. It is based on how these companies evolve over decades, not months. So the key question today is, what does he see that the market is missing right now? Let's start with Tesla. The most important point Barron emphasizes is that Tesla is no longer a car company. Yes, vehicles are still the core of today's revenue, but the long-term value is shifting rapidly toward AI, robotics, and software, and the biggest example of that shift is Optimus. Barron believes Optimus could become a platform on the scale of smartphones. Today, it sounds extreme when Elon Musk says he can envision annual production reaching 1 billion units one day. But if you go back to the 1990s, almost nobody believed mobile phones would reach billions of units either. New platforms always look unrealistic at the beginning. Then, once adoption starts, they grow exponentially. That is exactly the curve Barron expects for Tesla's robotics business, and the early signs are already here. Rapid iterations, growing dexterity, lower manufacturing cost, and early deployment tests inside Tesla's own factories. Another major factor behind Barron's confidence is Tesla's unique AI infrastructure. Unlike other companies working on autonomous driving, Tesla trains its neural networks almost entirely on real-world driving data. Millions of vehicles continuously send back video and behavior data, allowing Tesla's AI to learn from real conditions instead of simulated ones. This creates what I call data gravity. Once the dataset becomes massive enough, it pulls the entire AI training advantage toward one company. FSD version 12 already shows human-like driving patterns that were unimaginable only 2 years ago. If this pace continues, FSD could become a standard feature within 5 years, not a futuristic dream. And when that happens, Tesla's business model changes completely. Instead of relying on one-time vehicle sales, Tesla will generate recurring revenue from autonomous driving fees, robotaxi services, and even robot labor platforms. That kind of revenue structure supports a much higher valuation over time. Now, let's move to SpaceX. Barron's 10 times prediction for SpaceX is actually simple to understand. SpaceX has already achieved something no other aerospace company has: reliable, rapid rocket reuse. That one achievement alone lowers launch costs so dramatically that it opens the door to an entirely new set of markets. On top of that, Starlink is evolving into global internet infrastructure. In many regions, Starlink is already outperforming traditional telecom providers. And once Starship becomes fully operational, entire categories of space-based business become viable for the first time. Lunar supply chains, Mars cargo, orbital manufacturing, and intercontinental travel could all become practical. So when Barron says 10 times, he is looking at a 10-year horizon where SpaceX is no longer just a launch company. It becomes a backbone of the space economy. Now let me share my personal view on how these pieces connect. The most interesting thing about Musk's companies is that they reinforce each other. Tesla's AI work feeds into Optimus and robo-taxi development. SpaceX's Starlink provides connectivity for autonomous fleets and remote factories. Tesla Energy supports factories, data centers, and eventually robot operations. This is why long-term investors like Barron are focusing on synergy, not headlines. The next decade is not about a single product. It is about an ecosystem that multiplies its own growth. Let's also touch briefly on the CarPlay discussion. As I said in my previous video, existing Tesla owners rarely care about CarPlay. The native Tesla interface is good enough, but many people who have never driven a Tesla still see CarPlay as an essential feature. Interestingly, when you look at online reactions, a meaningful number of potential buyers say they would consider Tesla more seriously if CarPlay existed. To me, this signals something important. Tesla is now entering the next phase of adoption, and in this phase, even small user experience features can influence large groups of new buyers. Whether Tesla actually implements CarPlay or not is still unknown, but it shows that Tesla is paying attention to what future customers expect, not just what existing customers accept. Finally, regarding the recent drop in Tesla and other tech stocks, this is driven mostly by macroeconomic factors such as interest rate expectations. It is not due to declining demand or weakening fundamentals. That is why I believe this is a moment where long-term investors should reconsider their time horizon. Are we looking at Tesla as a one-year stock or a 10-year platform shift? Looking ahead, the most important thing is not the quarter-to-quarter movement of the stock price. It is the direction of the underlying technology. FSD is improving fast. Optimus is rapidly maturing. Dojo continues to scale, and Tesla's energy business is becoming a major profit engine. When you put all of this together, the idea of Tesla growing fivefold becomes far more reasonable than it sounds, especially if Optimus reaches mass adoption. At that point, Tesla is no longer defined by the automotive market at all. It becomes a global robotics and AI company. And when that happens, the valuation ceiling expands dramatically. Now, before we end, I want to ask you a question. How do you personally view Tesla's current stock price? Is this a warning sign or the beginning of a long-term opportunity? Let me know in the comments. I always read through your thoughts because they help shape future videos. And by the way, Tesla's stock price has recovered to $400 and is now trading at approximately $408. That's all for today's video. If you found this helpful, please consider liking the video and subscribe if you haven't already. I post Tesla and AI updates every day so you can stay fully informed with just one channel. Thanks so much for watching, and let's continue enjoying life with Tesla. Before we wrap up, let me take a moment to introduce myself. I drive a Tesla Model Y, and at home I've installed a Tesla Powerwall, so I actually charge my car with solar energy. I truly believe Tesla is shaping the future, and that's why I share the latest news and insights here on this channel. I'm from Japan, but I want to connect with Tesla fans all around the world. That's why I also create an English version of my videos. YouTube now lets you switch the audio into your own language, so you can enjoy it in whatever language you prefer. Most of all, I'd love to connect with Tesla fans everywhere so we can support Tesla together. I also share updates on X, so feel free to follow me there and let's connect. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.